Hello, Patrick Stillwell with Custom Coatings. I'm here with the owner and president of Custom Coatings, Joe Brendel. And today I'm going to ask Joe some quick questions about the types of floors we might install in different industries. Different industries. Joe.
Yes.
Let's say that we're working in a healthcare facility.
Okay.
They have typically like LVT floors, right? So vinyl floors, plank floors. What might we use to help them?
Well, first off, we would look at the floor to see what the condition it's in. Right? If it's in decent condition, it's just worn and needs some love, we would probably do like a custom floor renewal or rejuvenation system. That's typically a clear polyurethane type product that just brings the floor back to looking new.
Okay.
Less disruptive. You don't have to tear the floor out. Doesn't hurt patients. There's no smell to it. It really is a good system for a healthcare facility or a nursing home or something like that.
Okay, so you usually find those kinds of floors in school systems as well. A lot of times we know that schools, because we do a lot of painting at schools, they're re-waxing their floors every single year. What would this system, or how would you address it with that?
Same situation, but with the school, we could actually use the colored version of that product and put their school colors on their floors, which would be a very big improvement. They would probably like that a lot, and plus, all that waxing goes away. All that continued every 6 months or every summer or every however long they do it. So that continual cost goes away. These floor systems can last 3 to 7 years or more, depending on the use. Yeah. So same system, floor rejuvenation type systems, but just maybe a little bit different version of it.
Perfect. Okay, so let's switch over to something else we do a lot of work with, which is industrial facilities, manufacturing facilities, warehouse space. You know, big boxes that have concrete floors, whether they're using cutting oil or machinery, or maybe it's just a dock where they're shipping and loading stuff. What type of a floor system might be beneficial in that environment?
Okay, there's multiple different kind of floor systems with what you mentioned there we could use. But just in general, those floors are typically an epoxy system, maybe with a polyurethane top coat for wear resistance, or maybe some aggregate for slip resistance. On the dock areas, where you're having forklifts and maybe they get wet a lot, we could use products that are more aggregated, they have more broadcast or heavier, so they take more wear for the forklifts. But in general, those big box stores, walking areas or walking lanes, those are all typically epoxy and urethane floors.
So basic systems.
Basic systems, your general everyday epoxy, like people think about.
Yeah.
Like most people would be aware of.
Perfect. As far as moving into maybe something more decorative, let's say, I know we've done some work at hotels, front entrance areas, common areas, as well as, I know we did some dentist doctor's offices and some doctor's offices and restrooms, different things like that. So what might be a more decorative area, a coating system that people don't really normally think about in an environment like that?
A couple of different things for come to my mind. One is polishing.
Okay.
Polished concrete looks really, really nice. Think about a Lowe's or a Home Depot, but on another level. It's a lot shinier, a lot prettier. You can put dye in it to make it look really nice. It shows all the different variations in the concrete. That's a very aesthetically pleasing for like a doctor's office or dentist office or even a retail environment. When you walk in and you see that, it looks really, really good.
Typically cost effective too, right?
Very cost effective. Probably the cheapest floor system that we do.
Right.
No coatings to fail or peel, anything like that. It's just basically a shiny rock with some color put in it. Another one would be like a flake floor, a broadcast floor, where the flakes or the quartz is put into an epoxy base coat, and it looks. I mean, you can have any color combination under the sun. So you can pick colors that match your branding. You can pick just something that you like, that you think looks good in the environment. And those are typically a little bit non-slip, so people don't come in and maybe fall. But they just offer such a variety of colors and options that people generally really do love a floor like that. When no matter where it is, whether it's an entrance or whether it's the whole area, whether it's walkways, so they're non-slip. You can do a lot of options with those kind of floors.
Yeah. I know, speaking of flake floors, just off the top of my head, I know one time we did a fire department, right? And they had us, I thought it was terrible, but it was this red flake combination and everything else. I know we did a Harley Davidson one time, and they had orange
Orange
and
and
black flakes in the floors.
Yeah.
So really, people don't think about it, but you can customize a floor to any color pattern you could possibly think of.
Yeah, and you can even customize, when I mentioned polishing, you can customize that as well, because you can put dyed logos in the floor with their company name or whatever they want. There's just so many options.
Yeah, exactly. So how about something more utilitarian? Let's say it's a commercial kitchen in the back of either a restaurant, or maybe it's a big kitchen even. I know we did a kitchen floor one time in a prison. What type of a system were we using that?
Those floors have a lot to stand up to.
Yeah.
So typically we were going to put a system in there that can stand thermal shock, heat, cleaning like a brewery. You know, they got hot water and chemicals and all that stuff. Those areas typically need a product called urethane cement. It is super durable, thermal shock resistant. It's about an 1/8 to 3/16 inch thick, so it's, you know, it's got some serious body to it, and it's a broadcast system too. But you can put colored, of course, like we talked about on the floors, or you can't use flakes, but you can use different aggregates. You can even put iron aggregate in there.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like as durable a floor as you're going to get, and it holds up really well to a lot of chemical compounds and cleaning, daily cleaning, multiple times a day. So those floors are a little more expensive than your typical epoxy type floors, but in the environment they're going in, if it needs urethane cement, that's what you need to put in there.
Speaking of that, it's also, if I'm not mistaken, a really fast return to service, right? Like
Super
it is,
fast.
you can put it down and be back on it within a day or two.
Yeah, and sometimes even faster than that, even the same day, depending on the system that you put in. Yes.
So really, it suits a specific need and a niche, but it is expensive, but you're getting what you pay for. It's very durable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else? Maybe, how about if I'm at a shopping center, right? And we just want a decorative floor coating underneath the concrete walkways, underneath the overhangs, or maybe even something exterior like sidewalks or something like that.
There's products out there that you can put on sidewalks. I mean, everything from concrete stain, which is going to be really inexpensive and cheap and probably not hold up very long, to aggregate systems or systems that are non-slip and non-skid, so customers don't fall down when it rains or when the floors are slippery. And there's variety of those. There's waterproof coatings that go in that same family. Like if you have a deck that walks up from one shopping center to another, and it's a bridge or a deck, those need systems that are waterproof so it doesn't leak down into the underneath. So various kinds of systems there, from, you know, like I said, concrete stain, acrylic, non-slip systems to waterproofing systems. There's a variety that we can use out there.
And last but not least, if I have a surface outside where we're playing some type of a sport, like a tennis court, basketball court, pickleball, which has become massive.
Super popular.
Maybe even shuffleboard, or those permanent concrete cornhole boards they're putting in.
Yep. Those are sport court coatings, right? There are several on the market. We've used several different kinds. They basically completely rejuvenate the court. Say it's a basketball court. You go in the basketball court and you repair all the cracks, and you put resurfacer down to make the court smooth again, and then you recoat it with a couple coats of color and restripe it, and it looks brand new. Yeah, it's a very cost-effective system when you look at it compared to, say, tearing up the court and redoing it. As long as the court is in structurally decent condition, those coatings work fantastic, and they hold up well for many years.
Perfect. So I think I hit all the industries. We talked about some hotels, school systems, warehouse, manufacturing, industrial, regular old offices, whether it's a doctor's office or a retail space, exterior coatings. Is there any other coating on a floor that we install that you can think about, like for a different industry?
Can't think of anything right offhand. I think we covered pretty much everything.
Yeah. Basically, if there's a floor that needs a coating on it, there's a specific type of coating that we can help you guys install. Thank you.
Thanks.